first starts, and then I'll hit this video.
Sure. Wave to the camera. Hey, what's going on, everybody? Check out who's here. Going live.
Get ready. We'll see you guys in 2 minutes. This is what we got. Peace.
Focus. Live.
Keep rolling.
Hey, what's going on, car guys and car gals? It's Lou Ramirez, the car guy.
And it's Fred Lenard's subprime hero.
And check out the guests that we have right here. Can you hear us, everybody? Can you see us out there? Do us a favor and give us a coffee cup emoji if you can hear us inside of the comment section. But we are excited to be brewing solutions on the Car Guy Coffee Podcast live at NADA 2022. Man, Fred, this is exciting, isn't it?
It's very exciting. You know, we're here with two of our good friends, people of the E-Director's way. I'm talking about Nate Doggett and Brett Davis, man.
That's
These two
right.
guys have brought up some great technology out for us finance guys, for us people, us desk guys who don't know how to work a deal all the way to the fullest. And there's nothing wrong with that. We need to get better at it. And there's this tool right here will make something that makes you uncomfortable, makes you very comfortable. It'll show you how to use these lenders, which lenders are the best ones for your customers so you can make the most profit, save a lot of time, and be able to get the most out of your deal. Like sometimes you think that you have a deal, but you don't, or sometimes you do. Well, this tool will help you be able to at least send it to the right lenders, so you're not wasting your time sending it to a bank that doesn't even touch somebody who hasn't been at the job for 6 months, or touch somebody who's had a bankruptcy over the last couple of years. Why send it there? That makes you look silly, right? Well, let's help you become better at what you do. Let's help you become stronger at what you do. Thank you very much. And all those types of things. So let's talk about E-Director, guys. How's that been going? You guys have launched. How long ago did you launch this company now?
We were live about a year ago, a little over a year ago, January 1st. We both went full time.
That's amazing. So it's been a journey. I've seen you guys everywhere doing your thing and reaching out and helping tons of dealers across the nation right now, and really doing like what I call the good work.
Right on. And I'll tell you too, the first year was a little like anything else with startup. You know, you get going and you gotta grease the skids and whatnot. But we got going, and now we're finally in that explosive growth mode. So we're finally starting to launch off, and NADA has been a huge success for us. And yeah, looking forward to moving on.
So well, that's awesome.
What do you all love most about being able to come to events like this, sharing what it is that you're sharing, but getting that experience of like high, quick business getting done right now? What do you like?
A little bit of everything. You know, it's a lot of networking, meeting other vendors. You know, sharing interests and you know, I can help you, you can help me. There's a lot of that goes on at these, obviously. I mean, I think most of the vendors are here to meet dealers.
Yes.
But you know, we still do the network and a lot of that. So I think we get a lot from that. And then, you know, we hosted a VIP last night at the Cabo Wabo, and you know, it was great just being able to have different dealers there and be able to thank them for their business. But
Absolutely.
but to get that thank you from them is what really matters.
There's no doubt about it. What I've really enjoyed about you all so far, really beyond your product, because your product is fantastic, so and I love, but you're always evolving your product. You're always looking for a way to make it better for not just for the client, but for the customer too, right? And I see that you sit down. Sometimes you just take meetings just to make it better. Like, hey, what do you think about the product? That is impressive, because a lot of people think they already have it figured out. This is just the way it is. This is what we're going to do. I don't have time for that. Yet instead, you two team up to make sure that the product is the best that it could be out for the market all the time. You're not sitting there resting on your laurels saying, oh, it's good, here it is. No, you're like, wait, what do you think about this product? And tell me your opinion. And then you guys like to use those opinions, and I see you. I've actually witnessed you adapt opinions and do things with it, and make it even better for the people, and I love that. You guys that's our fourth core value as a solutionary, and that's being adaptable. You guys are amazing about that, and that's super awesome. So let me ask you that really quick. That being adaptable. I can't even speak English right now. It's the end of the day, man. We're at the last part of the whole show, right? But at the end, the point here I'm trying to say is that with being adaptable, being with dealers like that, when you're working with them as you're customizing their information for their screens, how adaptable are you guys with your systems right now? So if you sign them up, are you changing it with them as they go, or is it something you only do at the beginning?
No, I mean, the nice thing about it's a double-edged sword, right? You want to grow and you want to get big, but to the same extent, with us being small and it being just Brett and I, and if we get a good idea from a dealership, we can implement it right away. And it's not like we're so big that it's like you have to fit under our umbrella, and if you don't like it, then go find somebody else. And then we take that feedback from dealers, and the more feedback we get, then we change the program. Just like yesterday, El Patron, you guys. We sat down with him afterwards, and he gave us some great ideas on inventory management and how to, not only use the lenders, but hey, now what if we could take that call and then I could show, my desk manager could use the vehicles that we have and, tie into that and then show, get rid of old age units or whatever, so that's something that we're going to take back from this show and implement and just kind of keep taking that feedback that we get, not only from the dealers, but also from other vendors and other industry giants.
Making the adaptations, making the adjustments, getting the dealer engaged is also key, right? How can we be better? Because a lot of times there's something that's particular to the dealer. How many dealers are exactly the same?
None
of them, right? Not one of them are the same,
just
right?
like lenders.
Right. So if you can find a way to blend what it is that you do to their palate, right? So what it is that they like, right? A cheeseburger is different sometimes in New Mexico than it is maybe in New York, right?
Exactly.
You gotta adapt.
And that's a good point, because a lot of it too, some of it's coaching as well, right? We've been there and they have a stale process or a process that's not efficient, and by using our tool, you get a little pushback at first because it's a new tool. We don't want to use it, but once they start using it and see the process change, they end up loving it. So
right, and they have to have that language together, right? I mean, they have to be able to be speaking that. How important is it for you all to make sure that you to yourself too stay wide open to those adjustments to yourself, right? Because I know you're looking for them. Right? How can we make this better?
I mean, I look at my career, as an F&I manager, I felt like my process was dialed, and I but none of what I did was unique to me.
Right.
I would sit in other people do deals, right? And I would steal one or two little one-liners that they would do that was like something that they said that was funny,
exactly,
or whatever, right? Or like a really good close or overcoming an objection.
That's it.
And I took 15, 20 of great F&I guys, and I made their program mine. Right. And this is the same way. I mean, whether it's adapting the rehash tool that we got from, from a dealership in Florida, it's, that they use, and by getting the dealerships involved, especially while we're growing, I feel like they take more ownership of it as well. And it's not our program, it's their program. And we work with them. And I think that's important that they buy in. And you get that ownership from the top, and then it filters down from there.
It does, and what I love about your partnership is you both come from different worlds. You're automotive world veteran also, right?
Correct. Yeah.
We appreciate your service, both of us being veterans.
I know that.
And you're a data guy. You like typing the numbers and all these types of things, writing code and all those types. That's your wheelhouse, right?
I absolutely come from the technology background. So
you don't look like it though. It looks like you played football for many years or basketball, one of the two. This guy's in shape and tall, right?
A lot of sports in high school, but before that, not after. So.
But it's amazing that you find a career like that and be able to team up with somebody in automotive and then create a tool that is so unique. But it's great that you have insight in both ways, because you can look at it, hey, as functionality, this is how it needs to be. He looks at it as, hey, this is what we need.
Right.
And then you guys team up and you guys blend up these beans and you get them all grinded up and you're making this special brew of the E-Director, and I love that.
Well, and he's got a background too in consulting. I mean, before, he wrote code long ago and then got into the consulting world. So he would go, I'll let you tell a little bit more, but he would go in and fix a business that was struggling. So I look at it no different in the car world, right? Like, hey, here's the issues we see at this dealership. What would you do to fix it from the outside looking in, from a guy who's not a car guy? And then how can our program implement and work together? And it's worked out really well.
Yeah, it really has. Yeah, thank you for selling me on that one too. So he does a better job selling me than I do. So.
Well, it sounds like you've helped people be able to do that in the past. So, that type of experience, where did you do your consultancy at? What kind of industry?
I've Lockheed Martin, Northrop Grumman.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, big
small guys.
If you haven't heard of those, I don't know. I'm saying like defensive budgets and all kinds of stuff.
It wasn't like I was overhauling their entire department, but there would be sections of Lockheed Martin that I'd go to.
I mean, everybody's got to start somewhere.
No big deal.
But yeah, some medical device industries as well. I was all over the place. So it was I learned a lot. So it was great to be able to team up with him, because over the years, being in technology, there's so many ideas and so many people that want, Brett, you got to build this. I've turned down so many things. Yeah. Sounds good. This guy, he told me the idea. It took him about a year and a few margaritas to get me into it. But I finally said, if this really doesn't exist yet, this is insane. We have to create it. So I agreed, and here we are. So, and thank God we did it. So
I agree with that.
So
I thank God you did it too.
Yes.
These are great tools. I have clients that are using this tool, and I see what they're using and how it can affect them. And I know they need it. More importantly, I know they need it. It's beyond that. And I've also been very fortunate to be able to call you as a friend and say, hey, can you tell me the lenders at this state? But you know what's so crazy is, like, there's no hate. He's like, immediately within 5 minutes, he's texting me a list. And then 5 minutes later, he's, these two also, right? And that's love, man. And I appreciate that. That just tells me that you're a solutionary. You're not just out there for yourself, that you're out there for the business, that you're out there for all of us to be better at what we do. And to me, that's mad appreciation. And I see that. And that's why I want to encourage people. You need to at least sit down, have a demo with him, and just see what they're about. If you feel like if you're a leader at a store, you own a store, and you think your managers are missing some deals, well, don't get mad at them, because you obviously, if you were sitting there, maybe you can't look at deals as good as them either. Who knows? What only thing you can do is give them tools and make sure that they're accountable for it, but give them tools that can help them become better at it. Well, in today's world, let's talk about digital world. Let's talk about E-Director. That's a great tool to be able to do that in your desk, in your finance office, speed up time, help you be able to find the right companies, lenders, I should say, to be able to get you what you need for your customers, be able to penetrate quicker, be able to make sure that your look to book is right, because you don't want to send a book. Some places, if you send them too many bad apps, they don't want to do business with you anymore. Right. So let's make sure that we're correct. Let's learn the programs. It'll help through time, through looking at it constantly. You'll kind of figure out the programs. It helps you become a better manager too. But yet you still have that tool, because we all know one thing's for sure in finance is that we never know if it's a deal or not until you submit it, because it's facts. I've looked at deals and I've seen them and I'm like, there's no way. And then I submit it, and all of a sudden I'm like, whoa, where'd that customer at? I can't believe I got this call, right? So never rest on those laurels. Use tools that can help you figure out which banks will be able to let you do that. So,
well, not only that, know how to structure it right, so that the bank, so that you're not going to,
you're not going to get
overcome the objection before the objection is an objection, right? And if you structure a deal right and you get an auto approval that nobody looks at,
that's
a lot of times that can be the difference between a car deal and not being a car deal.
100%.
Ultimately, we want to set up our customers for success, but we want to make sure that our managers are as primed and ready to be able to solve whatever problem comes to them. No different than a hospital that needs to make sure it has all the right tools, has all the right processes, has all the right programs to make sure we expedite health as quick as possible. Same thing for our dealers. And for those of you that are out there, maybe some of you are saying, you know what? I had that idea too, right? Because when you that from the outside looking in, right? So many car guys were saying, I wish we had something like this. Right. This is a true car guy that went and said, hey, let's make it. We got somebody that said, how does that not exist, right? How do we not have
And he consulted businesses and helped them get better. And so obviously he saw something. He's like, if this is not in this workplace, then
telling you, car guys, we're behind. You know what I mean?
Well, and to be honest, I was never looking to start a company. I was just looking for a problem in my dealership, right? I mean, I was in Seattle, and we had probably 60 or 70 different lenders. Yeah. And when we were aggressive, we would roll anything, right? If it took 2.99 to get the customer to say yes at 84 months, we'd roll it, and then we'd go try to get it bought. And as the director, I was always, it was a lot of stress, and I was just trying to find something out there that would do it, and couldn't find it. And so then I tried to, use my limited Excel spreadsheet skills, and, who will take NADA, retail versus wholesale. who will let me credit surf, or who will give me 84 months on a 16 or whatever, right?
And lenders is a lot to keep up with. It really is.
So
So even if you're the best out there, you can't keep up with those programs because they change on a weekly, in some cases on the monthly. So if you're not able to keep up with it, why not have a tool that you could just transfer the information from your CRM, put it in there, and boom, within seconds, click on a few different options, and then all of a sudden you have every lender that works for your customer. Save yourself some time, save yourself mostly headache, most importantly, save yourself from missing a deal. Because that is the biggest problem that happens in most F&I boxes, most desks these days, is that they're missing deals because they're assuming, or they're not clicking on the right lenders, or they're not structuring it correctly. Because the deal, once it gets turned down, is hard to turn around. Trust me, you can do it, but it's a lot more extra work when you could have just submitted it correctly by using a tool like eDirector that says, hey, submit it this way, based off this structure, you're good. And you can send it to this lender, and you should be able to get this bank to be able to help. And here's your odds of getting approved here. I love that. It's a beautiful thing.
That's Brewing Solutions, guys.
Yeah, and we update everything 3 times a week, so you don't have to have the old bank book in the back of your office, in a 3-ring binder, and updating all the rate sheets. It's all right there, right at your fingertips. So
I gotta say that's cool, because I definitely still use that 3-ring binder all the way to the last day I was at a dealership. I'd be like, anytime it was something new, I'd be like, bloop.
Everything's highlighted. 84 months if you're 17 or newer.
What's the last
all
time
the
we
new
printed
stuff
this?
always got highlighted next month. There's always the highlight. This is the new things that I got.
Well, and the other thing is, it's like I tell people, everybody wants to learn, the 5 or 6 or 10 best banks, and I get that, right? I'm not trying to say don't build those relationships, because there's relationships are still important, right?
I agree.
I want to be able to, I'm not always going to go with the best call.
Right.
I might give one of my best guys 2 or 3 deals that I could have made $100 more here or $100 more there. But at some point I want to be able to pick up that phone and make that call. So I get that, right? But the nice thing about this program is I remember, you sit down, you start, especially if you're at a new dealership, right? You start learning all the lenders. You see the ones, they only do 1% flat. Not going to use them. Their advance sucks. I'm not going to use them. Well, everything changes. You could go. I had a lender that went from a 1% flat to a 2.5% flat on March 1st. And if you're not familiar with that program and you just write them off because they only do a 1% flat, I'm not going to use them. You're not going to start using them, and you're not going to just stumble across that. So. I think that kind of stuff is important too. Even if you don't use our program, to stay fluid.
What about a ping that goes to the user that says, "Bing, new program"? Yeah. I don't know if there's something you guys could throw in there to
Actually, I'm already taking notes. I'm
okay,
like,
ping, why not like almost like a text message? Hey, boom, we got these new programs through these lenders for you. You need to get that, at least the idea about it.
Yeah.
Right.
I just throwing that out there.
Okay, royalty checks on its way. So,
There we go.
We love you guys, and we love what you guys represent. The solutionary does a big deal, and you guys do that. You're leading with love. You're doing it behind faith that it's going to do something different, that you believe it's going to change the business. You have honor in everything that you guys are doing, because you're constantly honoring people like El Patron, like we talked about yesterday. The guy is amazing when you sit down and talk to him. He can come up with some creative ideas. You guys are always being adaptable, and most importantly, you're so consistent with it all. And we appreciate you guys for being here for that. We've got to forget Focus 5 before we get out of here.
That's right. We
need to get them back on the show for a 5-liner. We got to get deep. This was just a little sip. This is one of those quick brews.
Yeah, that's right.
I can't wait to get him back on a 5-liner. I'm sure each one of y'all want to see him back on a 5-liner. I'd agree. We need both of you guys on here. Let's have some fun. Let's get you guys on one of those long hour shows, and we can just crush it, right? But for now, forget Focus 5 and get out of here.
All right, so you all know the deal. So wipe the weight of unforgiveness off. You focus on where it is that we're going and what we're going to do from here, and who we're going to help stretch out and fly and keep growing. We're going to do that on 3. Forgive, focus, fly. So take a look at the camera. Car guys, car gals, we are excited to be forgive, focusing, and flying with the incredible creators over here of eDirector. On 3, 1, 2, 3. Forgive, focus,
fly, and keep growing. Keep growing. That's right. Man, I'll tell you one thing that's for sure. We appreciate you guys so much.
Appreciate you, man.
There's one thing. eDirector, Nate Doggett, and Brett Davis are 100% CGC approved. You know what I'm saying? That's what I'm talking about. They are that. We appreciate you guys so much. You guys have fun. We'll see you guys around the block. Till later, Car Guy Coffee. Let's brew.